Then nígbà tí Tinubu ti wà ní politics láti kékeré títí wá di wákàtí yìí táwọn Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ṣì wà ní school tó ń kọ́ wà lóòkan. Then àwọn Minister for Transport Rotimi Amechi tí gbogbo wọn convert sí body log láti fi tipátipá gbé Buhari lé wa lórí ó dẹ̀ ṣeé but eléyìí sanikólúkúlù lọ́gbọ́n tó lè lò ó dẹ̀ ti bọ́ sí. So what do you think we want to do again? So we congratulate Tinubu in 100-fold. He has taught a lot of people how to do politics. There are a lot of people who don't believe that they can be person in this world. But because they were so close to Tinubu, they were person. The Oni of Ife is a product of Tinubu. But they judge, Benga Daniel, he's not coming to learn from, he's not here now to learn from Tinubu. They should join him, all these young boys should go and join. And let him teach them the trick of how to win in primary. Then when Obasanjo was there the first time, do you remember when Obasanjo was flying everywhere like Mumu? Then Atiku was converting all the property to himself.
He privatized some of the
everything and sold to his friend and everything. You know, he told us when he came back the other time, he said, "I'm coming to sell the leftover things."
No,
because it's not part of us. It's not part of us. Look at that statement. If you call Atiku bad bread, you are free. But I can never accept you to call Tinubu bad bread. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
because he has his own agenda and you have never interviewed him. If you now become a president, what he did when he was a governor is not what he's going to do when he's going to be president. Irú kí ló wà ní Fáyọ̀ṣe èmi àti Fáyọ̀ṣe òkú jẹ gbẹ́ igi ni wọ́n gbé ṣe lórí lẹ́kìtì Fáyọ̀ṣe tó ń sunkún tó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ láyé ọjọ́ yẹn tí ò fẹ́ kúrò níjọba ló wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ń sìn gbà tí ò ti sínú ẹ̀ mọ́ ó sì máa padà wá sí APC o ṣé o máa kọ́lẹ̀. He's still coming back there. Tinubu is a legend. Èmi sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú prediction pé kó lọ sí mi. Ìmọ̀ tó máa jẹ́ ó ti ṣe everything ni mo fi sọ fún kó lọ resign. Èmi náà mo sọ fún time yẹn náà. Èmi gbé jáde ní prediction. Tó bá ti ní wọn fẹ́ lọ resign. But ìgbà tó ní ambition ó ní. Ṣé èèyàn lè lùyàn torí ambition ẹ̀?
No, he said it's personal ambition. That's what a lot of people feel that. Why would you?
Ó láti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ambition. You have the ambition that you want to go to university and you are a graduate today. It's an ambition. You know, Babangida said Ọ̀ṣínbàjò is the best president we can pick. Then kí ló kàn? When you brought out Abiola, look at what you did to Abiola. Ṣé wọ́n na Abiola pa ni? But òun náà ó jìyà tiẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ sí lẹ́ni. But I'm saying that there are a lot of many generals who will not witness the election next year. They will not. If there is going to be election, but if there will not, but I know many generals will not witness it. Obasanjo, all of you will see what will happen.
It's another very lovely moment on Asabi Africa TV as we are opportune to speak with the Nostradamus right away, because we've been around early in the week and especially right from on the 6th, then during the election in APC, the primary election that brought out the flag bearer between 7th and 8th, and today is Thursday, June 9th of year 2023, and good enough, what the prophet said has come to pass, because on the 7th he was able to predict that someone will emerge after consulting by God's grace, and eventually the person emerged. We're asking why is all happening, especially considering some of the editorials in the newspapers and some of the stories in different magazines, especially around the world. For instance, in the Punch, there is the news Tinubu, the article Tinubu versus article, two desperados running against Nigeria. So, but the prophet said that Tinubu will emerge in APC primary. So, we want first and foremost ask, I want to thank you, sir, for the prophecy. It came to pass. But now, after Tinubu has come on board, what is the next step, sir, as shown by the Lord? Because a lot of people are of the perception that both APC and PDP gave us two bad breads, and that those breads are not too good, and people are not too happy with what happened. But of course, some people, some minorities are celebrating and jubilating. But the truth of the matter is that your prophecy has been vindicated, has come to pass, especially the one interview we had with you on Tuesday, 7th of June, and before the announcements in the night. So what next after the Tinubu election, sir?
Thank you. God bless you.
Amen, sir.
Glory be to God in the highest.
Hallelujah, sir.
I am not the one that predicted anything. It's what they revealed to me, I pass across to you. Because when you look at the book of Jeremiah 1 from verse 1 to 5, it's right from your mother's womb I've made you a prophet. I'm not, the Lord never sent me to this world to come and lie to anybody. So then,
yes, sir,
when you look at it, it's very obvious. And when you look at the book of Genesis 25, 26, and 27, in the book of Genesis 27, it now said from verse 1 to 10,
yes, sir,
he said, go and present yourself to your father. Because your father
said to your father.
Yes, because your father said he's dying now, that he wanted to bless Esau. But you go there and put yourself in, go and contest it.
To slot yourself
in as Esau. So automatically, the boy who has the fear of God in him now said, Mommy, if I should present myself to my father, you know my father liked how to rub his hand on the back of Esau. You do part every time we come from the farm. He said, don't worry, we are going to kill another goat. And put the skin on the back of your head,
yes, sir,
and your hand. Then put your hands there. That is politics. Between two families, within the same family. Then the boy said, peradventure, if there's going to be any cause, if there's going to be any trouble, yes. If there's going to be any trouble after this.
Okay, sir.
Then the woman now said, let the blame come on me.
Oh, she said, let the cause be
on me. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, my brother.
Yes, sir.
To answer your question directly, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then when the boy now came, he said, Daddy, I've brought the animal. He said, you are very quick today. Means the animals are not in the bush again. Are they very close to the city? He said, Daddy, it's the Lord. Oh. Okay. The fake boy said, it's God. Oh. Just like patient Jonathan. So then he ate the food and he finished, he prayed. Then after 40 minutes, the original boy came. He said, Daddy, I'm back. Oh. He said, who are you again? How many animals am I going to eat today? He said, Daddy, I'm Esau. You know you hunted before. You know it's not easy to these animals nowadays are very clever, like human beings. So that's the reason why I came very late. I said your brother has come took away the prayer. He said, oh, this boy again.
That's Esau. Reacting to what Jacob did.
He took, when I was hungry the other day, he took my birthright.
With the porridge?
With the porridge, and but with this one again, the second time. He said, then Daddy, can you pray for me? Then
Is there any blessing more?
Any blessing? I said, no, there's no blessing. Then he now said, when you struggle and struggle and struggle, you will be somebody. But tí ìwọ bá di alágbára tán, ìwọ yóò bọ́ àjàgà ọrùn ẹ. Ìkan tó sọ nìyẹn o. Then nígbà tí Tinubu ti wà ní politics láti kékeré, títí wá di wákàtí yìí, táwọn Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ṣì wà ní school tó ń kọ́ wà lóòkan. Then àwọn Minister for Transport, Rotimi Amechi, tí gbogbo wọn convert sí body log láti fi tipátipá gbé Buhari lé wa lórí. Ó dẹ̀ ṣeéṣe. But eléyìí sani kólúkúlù lọ́gbọ́n tó lè lò. Ó dẹ̀ lò ó dẹ̀ ti bọ́ sí. So what do you think we want to do again? So we congratulate Tinubu in 100-fold. Then with that your statement that some people said it too, Atiku, báwo ló ṣe pẹ́ fọmọ onílẹ̀ wé ọmọ tó ọmọ àtọ̀run rìn wá? Tinubu ọmọ onílẹ̀ is son of the soil. Then Atiku is half of the soil. So Atiku is from Cameroon. The mother is from Nigeria. So what do you expect? So do you want to compare the two of them? Because there are times when you people model things together, you don't know how to separate it. That you see, the fact still remains that God is not a person we can settle. Because when they were merging the whole party, when we were in the hand of the dragon those days, those are the PDP, who said they are going to rule Nigeria for 60 years. Akawo Lorini. But yeah, how can PDP rule Nigeria for 60 years? But this, my brother, called Tinubu, schemed together. And the man who has been crying everywhere, who has failed 3 times, that is Buhari. Then he said, come. I have a solution to your problem. It's just like somebody selling a car in Abuja. And then somebody again in Oworo selling beans cake. But every 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the midnight, all the cold akara, the beans cake, you throw them away. Then somebody said, I knew one woman in Abuja. They normally prepare a car. So what we need to do, well, let us match these two people together. So because anybody wanted to buy the agidi or the cake, we wanted to buy a car because they are two jolly friends. For those people who did not have wife and those people who did not want to take heavy food at night. And that was all. So they both met together. So the woman that was selling akara built a house. When because they were both jolly friends. Then the woman preparing the car. Then the agidi every day he was selling, just like no man's land. So everybody was happy home. So now it's good. The Lord will bless Buhari. The agreement they made in body law, they made in the boardroom. Buhari has mind home. He has fulfilled his what? His ambition. He wants to rule Nigeria by force. You know, he went to jail before. They locked him up. He was coming from Saudi Arabia. He was locked up. Even when he lost his wife, in order to be president. But thank God, God is God. He used Tinubu to make his dream come to reality. Then thank God again for Buhari, who hands up for all people to go and contest. Go and use what you have to get what you want. Because he said in the book of Job 2, from verse 1 to 5, he said, you are going to use what you have to save your life. But for the poor people in the country today, who did not know their left from their right, whom Tinubu did not even send not to go to farm, who gave birth to children without having money in the bank. So everybody is grumbling because they were thinking, but they are not members of the delegates. I didn't mean they are members of the delegate, they will not be annoyed because they're going to put something into their pocket. You know, PDP started this before. When you are going for delegate, you remember when Obasanjo wanted to post the second time and everything, the issue of Ghana must go. It was PDP that started. No, it's PDP that started those things. And when you look when Obasanjo was going for the second time, they were sharing $10,000 those days until now. So if you wanted to go as a delegate, you need to hold something in your pocket. And that's what happened.
A lot of people believe that those money were used to hijack conscience, that a lot of people hog their conscience.
If you want to
$25,000,
yes.
And they said even somebody offered $5,000.
Yes, don't.
One of them even died.
You know, I was explaining what they call policies to you.
Okay, sir.
Benga, let me ask you one question.
Okay, sir.
For you not to, so that we don't waste our time.
Okay, sir.
Do you want to go into politics now?
No, not immediately, sir.
No, I want to ask you.
Yes, sir, not.
Because if I'm going to answer my questions,
okay, sir.
You want me to, you will have to listen very well.
Okay, sir.
You are a journalist. You have to be in the part of the loser and the person that won. To write report to what people want to see. Don't behave like somebody who did not have God. Yes, because the day is still coming when people will vote for you. But the more you blacklist or blackmail or do all these ones, it will follow you. Nemesis is there. When he said, when you had anybody that succeeded in things, or have a newborn baby, buy a house, we have to go there and rejoice with him. Take your Motina, take your Coke. If you want to lead people to Tinubu to get Motina, Tinubu is ready to celebrate. If you are not there, don't worry.
Okay, sir.
So they were out there.
Okay, sir.
And when you look at the margin, is anybody who, even the whole mark they made, the whole of them, shows that Tinubu knows this job. He knows this job. So automatically, if the Lord should give him the job to do, don't worry. Don't, because you said, the people are saying that the two contestants
yes, sir.
In PDP, but I told you before,
too extreme.
PDP is dead.
Yeah, you said it, sir.
PDP is what? Is dead.
Since 2 years, 3 years.
Exactly. So why are you now bringing PDP close to where APC is? Why? And who are those who cross carpet to APC? These are the people in the PDP now. Because when they believe that that thing is not moving again, they came down from the car that is not moving, the truck that is not moving, and they joined APC. You saw Bode George, you saw the governor of Ogun State before, Benga Daniel. They all joined APC.
Chief Ogunlewe too.
Ogunlewe, all of them, they are coming back to the camp. You will see a lot of crossing carpets, anything from August and July. Because they are coming again to come and carry portfolio. So no problem. Let them be political prostitutes. It's allowed. Then for the man you said is a bad bread, Tinubu is not a bad bread. Let me tell you, because he has raised a lot of people. He has taught a lot of people how to do politics. There are a lot of people who don't believe that they can be person in this world. But because they were so close to Tinubu, they were person. The Oni of Ife is a product of Tinubu. Bode George, Benga Daniel, he's not coming to learn from, he's not here now to learn from Tinubu. They should join him, all these young boys should go and join. And let him teach them the trick of how to win in primary. To refer you to America.
Yes, sir.
Now, when they do tell you that there is war in Iraq, there is a war
in Iraq, sir.
Yes, in Iraq. There is a war in Russia. Then America is helping Ukraine to beat Russia. Do you think it can possible? Ukraine cannot beat Russia. If they are going to fight it for 200 years, it cannot. That's one.
Okay.
Then America will tell you, we gave them AIDS. We gave the Ukrainian AIDS. Okay? You see the AIDS? The aid is $6 billion. Who is producing the gunpowder? American company. Who is producing the hardware? It's American company. Who is producing the boots? It's American company. Then they will vote out the money. Then the money will go back this way. Back into the American country. Back into the American bank. Do you know that before? And that is what they call AIDS.
It's called economic protectionism.
Yes, and if you think America is coming to give Nigeria AIDS on overthing, the only thing Nigeria are going to produce for them or provide for them is driver, toilet cleaner, then the gardener who wash the ground. All the machinery coming to do the job, they are from America. And you see the 419. That is life. So if you think you are looking for where something is good, you will get to heaven. And if you are looking for saints to come to delegate, you are going to fool Baba God. to send somebody down. You can't look for saints here. And only one shelaye, ni one shelorun. He says there are some angels in heaven who are more what? Greater than one. So for this, not to stress too much, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Accept what is on grant and go and sleep. Let God finish his job. Ẹ jẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run Jésù fún ara ẹ̀ kó dá sí. So kò sí òyìnbó ta tún lè fi yín delegate yẹn padà mọ́. Kò sí nǹkan ta tún lè ṣe. Ẹnìkan sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá gbà Olúọmọ will be free everywhere. Olúọmọ can go and kill anybody and carry his head to Oshodi. I said, what are you talking? Do you remember 2 Kings 7? Where the second in command was telling the prophet Elijah that don't bother yourself. A bag of rice is 32,000. We are in government. He said, look, come. You know these people complain that they are eating their own children? By this time tomorrow, a bag of rice will come to 5 naira. He said, it's not possible. Do you know the rate of dollar? He said, don't worry. You will see it with your eyes and you will not eat out of it. Whoever said this country will not be okay, we go with this regime. Because people are lazy. We are 200. I only take side with Nigerians lately because of the Boko Haram people that drove those who wanted to farm, drove them back. And then that my big brother from those states, Benin, that came from America to come and give us mechanized farming that was attacked. And the brother of Igbo, you know, I told you the other day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You
take ransom, you kill the boy. This is a doctor who means something good for his people. But for you keeping animal in the bush, carrying AK-47 to chase people to the town, so that you can bring food, bring yam from Kaduna to bring beans from Kano and everything, so that you can monopolize and kill these people with abject what? Not having food. They have their forests. But you said the Fulanis are living in the forest. So that if anybody rush to the place, they will kill them. Then how do you want them to feed? Is there any government in place? No. We learned about Operation Feed the Nation that was hijacked by one person till tomorrow. And we didn't kill him. Yes, all the money and everything and the machinery was to himself. Not knowing that he was trying to register his NGO or company before he retired. So after he retired as a general from the military, he took Operation Feed the Nation, converted it to Obasanjo farm. Do you see as Tinubu did something like that before? It was during the regime of this same man, Buhari, that we knew that since 1979, the hand of Obasanjo is in our treasury. It was now they removed it that was not happy. When Goodluck Jonathan was there, he didn't have the infantry. He didn't even have the guts to do all those ones. These are the tyrannic government that has passed. Then when you look at the man they call Babangida, for you to go outside the country and set up a company that is manufacturing bullets and AK-47, what is your plan for the African people? You showed that you didn't know book and you didn't know anything. Easy to do then. You now have a communique that they wanted to change Nigeria to IOC. Is it Tinubu that caused that? When you are talking about bad bread, has Tinubu signed one like that before? Then now, look at everywhere. And even the late Yar'Adua, they took all this boy out of the country from Niger Delta and everywhere.
You mean President Umar Yar'Adua?
Yes, and then they said they sent them to go and study abroad. They took them to go and learn. They took them to the ISIS commanders. To be training them in Turkey and everywhere to come back and what? And change Nigeria to Islamic State. Is Tinubu involved? Is he part of it? Then what are you talking? Why do you know bad bread? Who is telling you that both of them are bad bread?
No, it's an editorial.
Okay, when you look at what happened to Atiku.
Powerful editorial.
Atiku and then the man in Benue.
Yes, sir.
Who was the Senate leader before?
Are you talking about Chief Yocha?
No. David Mark. After the World War, after the Civil War,
yes, sir.
They say he should go and account for all the government property.
He's a great guy. Okay.
Everywhere, yes. He converted everything to himself. Then when Obasanjo was there the first time, do you remember when Obasanjo was flying everywhere like Mumu? Then Atiku was converting all the property to himself.
They privatized some of the...
Everything I sold to his friend and everything. You know, he told us when he came back the other time. He said, I'm coming to sell the leftover things. Because it's not part of us. It's not part of us. Look at that statement. If you call Atiku bad bread, you are free. But I can never accept you to call Tinubu bad bread. You know what I'm saying? Because he has his own agenda. And you have never interviewed him. If you now become a president, what he did when he was a governor is not what he's going to do when he's going to be president. You know what I'm saying? And then those people in Lagos State too, they knew what they gained. Some of them gained from him. But the bread cannot go around everybody. Even it's only God who can give rain. But rain cannot fall in the whole world one day. But because he said, according to our geography teacher, he said, if your cloud is not filled up with water, you cannot have rain. If your cloud, the area you are living, did not submit or surrender water that evaporated up, you cannot have rain. So that's with some desert where there is no rain for 5 or 10 years, but they are still living. They have their means of living there. Nigerians are lazy, my brother. This is making 13 years. I've been begging, let us go back to farm. But today, one maize is being sold for 200 naira. Is it dollar or imported maize? It's local maize. Because we have few farmers in the farm. Then all the young boys that got married today, they wanted to plant their maize on the surface of the computer. On the surface of what? Of the computer.
Oh, the maize should be
yes, to be they don't want to leave the city. Everybody want to be a computer literate. No problem. Don't say
laptop, sir.
Then now, the winning or non-winning. If anybody should go to write exam, he prayed to pass. Then he was there. He went there and he was victorious. All things that comes later, leave that to God. God bless you. Leave Tinubu, and then let us be praying. God, if it is your wish that will be done, leave everything.
So I wanted to ask you a question, because now, I'm sorry that people say we should ask you this, because they've been talking about, I did this for you, you did that for me. When he went to Abuja, the Abuja outburst, that was a few days before the primary election, he said, I did this for this one, I did this for that one, I've done this. Then he pointed out that eléyìí tó wà lẹ́yìn mi dàpọ̀, ṣé òun lè dàdí gọ́nà tí ó bá jẹ́ èmi, gbogbo post I love fire, àṣì àìgbẹ́ gan wọn gbé fèmí ni mo ní gbà. Then he now said Buhari sunkún lórí TV. All this one, people are now saying, okay, they now say the president is a traitor, blah blah blah, this one is a traitor. Afẹ́fẹ́re kò dalẹ̀, Tinubu òun gan lọ dalẹ̀. That's by the spokesman.
But this is
Adejumo. It's a full story. So yes. Talking about Odale, Kodale. So how do we define it? Because people are now saying that Aregbe too, who is a former commandant and a very loyal leader of Bola Tinubu, was a minister in Lagos, commissioner for works for 8 years. He was governor in Osun State for 8 years. Right now he's a minister. He too came out and said Tinubu turned himself to a god, and that according to his own faith as an Islamic, as a Muslim, that he said that anybody that turned themselves to God, he will tell God to bring that.
Then why don't Aregbe remove all what is in the account? All what he had, no. All what he grabbed under the dictatorship, and return it back to Ikeja. Mi ò lè lọ́lọ́run méjì. Gbogbo owó tí mo rí lọ́ndà ẹ̀ mo dá padà. Gbogbo mọ́tò àti everything mo dá padà. Mo fẹ́ lọ máa sin Ọlọ́run mi. Ṣé wọ́n tó wọ ṣòkòtò tí ṣòkòtò ẹ̀ ò délẹ̀ yẹ? Kí ló ń sọ? Ṣé sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn? Is there any special Muslim?
Is it tabligh, sir?
Ẹ̀sẹ̀ kò gbẹ́nu sọ̀hún. Wọ́n ti fọ̀ náà. Aregbe will stay with Agbalajobi. Aregbe started from Agbalajobi. He will be there 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, waiting for. He has been living on great people. Aregbe is nobody.
He started from Ikare, sir.
He has been living on people. But they are now saying they wanted to be a person. Look at the man who contested under PDP that is doing aviation. Dele Momodu.
Oh, you're talking about Basharun Dele Momodu. Is a Basharun of Okela?
Fi Basharun, fi Basharun, yóò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Gbẹ̀ngà we answer question fi gbogbo ẹlẹ̀. Okay, sir. Ó lè kó paper ovation lọ fún wọn. Ó dẹ̀ lè gbé fọ́tò ọba síbẹ̀ kó bá fún lóyè. kó sọ fọ́ba pé fọ́tò ẹ̀ yìí o wọ́n ti rí ní Japan wọ́n ti rí ní Korea sórí magazine yìí ọ̀run ló ti ń jábọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ṣé owó ẹ̀ ló fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó lóun fẹ́ ṣe president mo sọ fún ẹ kí tó travel pé kí ló ṣe bọ́ ṣé kò kí ń ronú àbí kókó lọ bá Esther Ajayi kó jẹ́ àmọ̀ pé Esther Ajayi ló lọ fi jòkó sọ́dọ̀ Adeleke tó rà di December ó ti rí baálé ilé èèyàn gbogbo December ọ̀dọ̀ Adeleke ló wà kò sí nílé then ó lọ tọrọ owó ni then gbà tó ṣe tó fẹ́ tó ṣe primary wọn ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pin aviation ṣé aviation la fẹ́ ṣe ní Nàìjíríà ni ṣé tó ní sùúrù ó ní Bàṣọ̀run tó bá Bàṣọ̀run kọ́ Bàṣáyé ni then nǹkan tẹ́mi try láti sọ fún ẹ àwọn pípò yìí ò kí ń mọ ìyá ara wọn Abíọ́lá kọ́lé fún Shina Peter Abíọ́lá ti délé mọ́tò sókè then gbogbo àwọn èèyàn fọwọ́ tẹ́yìndì kí ló dé tí ò dá nǹkan kan ṣe bá pàní nígbà tó ń gbé wedding ọmọ Goodluck ọmọ Yar'Adua fún ó ní ovation 1 ovation 2 ovation 3 ovation 3 ṣé kì í ṣàpà ṣé irú eléyìí ló máa ṣe president.
No, he's a fashionistic person, sir, and he has his own pedigree. He's a panel, he's a guy.
Ẹni tó ń fowó tọrẹ fún ló ní pedigree.
He's panel.
Ẹni tó lọ tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ èèyàn tó ń fún lówó pedigree wo ló wà nù ẹ̀sà.
No talk about them innovation in the magazine.
Gbẹ̀ngà ó dà pé wàhálà ẹ̀ pọ̀. Nǹkan tẹ́mi try láti sọ fún ẹ̀ sí.
Okay, sir.
Ẹni tí mo fún ẹ pure water ó lómi èmi mo fún ẹ pure water ó yẹ wá sọ fún mi pé ó ní pedigree. Ṣé nígbà tó bá ṣílẹ̀kùn tó bá fẹ́ yọwọ́ omi lé ẹ lọ́wọ́ ló máa mú mi pedigree wo ló wà ní òyìnbó òkè tó bá lo òyìnbó ńlá máa step down fún àbí àbúrò pa contest ni.
No sir, no sir.
Wọ́n mọ àwọn tí mo ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí spiritually and carnally. Then when you look at what is happening gbogbo wọn ó ní wọ́n ṣe tẹ́ra wọn síìtì mélòó ló wà tó ń kó èló ní millions tó ń kó lókùnkùn kó lẹ̀.
100 million.
Okay, níbo náà ti rí èló ló wà lọ́wọ́ Òṣínbàjò nígbà tó ń ṣe commissioner then kí ni iṣẹ́ ìtẹ́ ìlú ṣé ó rántí àkáǹtì ẹ̀ sá ṣé bó ṣe pátọ̀ tó ń sìn ṣé kò mọ̀ gbórúkọ àwọn ti change ó lè ní gbogbo àwọn tó kówó wọ̀nyí lẹ̀ pátápátá ó lè ní wọ́n gbogbo wọn pátápátá ìmù Tinubu tó wù tó wọlé pàápàá èló lówó èló sálárì wo ló gbàgbẹ̀yìn then ó dàbí Nàìjíríà tó ń pe gbé tó ń pe Dangote ní the richest man ẹjọ́ àwọn onímẹ̀tì ẹ̀ níbo ló ti ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ́bàá àwọn náà ṣe réètì ẹ̀ owó ìjọba náà ni ó dàbí gbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ ló ń yá plane jet lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó lóun yá jet Dangote ṣé bí kankan náà ni gbogbo wọn ọ̀pọ̀lọ́ ní bò fún mi kí n bò fún ẹ òun àkéréké lódò then gbogbo kíní wọ̀nyí káwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yójú amọ́nú aṣọ so automatically má bọ̀dà Afẹ́nifẹ́re wọ́n ti yájú láti sọ̀rọ̀ sí pépà lẹ́ni kọjá àyè ni bàbá náà pè wọ́n ní sùúrù ẹni tí ò kí ẹ láàárọ̀ the person who failed to greet you in the morning when you are going to work.
Yes, sir.
To greet you good morning.
Yes, sir.
Then you are living the same compound.
Yes, sir.
And you came back from work now, and there was a terrible rain.
Yes, sir.
During the day while you are not here, and the very woman who did not greet you,
yes, sir,
help you to remove your clothes from the rope and take it away from that rain. And before you come, he help you to iron it.
Yes, sir.
Then now passing the clothes to you in the evening, what will you say?
Just say thank you, sir.
You will be shocked. That because you'll be thinking, I was thinking this woman hates me. But for him removing the clothes, iron the clothes, and return it back to me. It is too early for Afẹ́nifẹ́re to talk. Kú oríire ọmọ mi ló yẹ kán sọ fún náà. O kú oríire. Then kí ni wọ́n rò sí tẹ́lẹ̀? Tó bá jẹ́ Iyo Shahayu àbí
chairman of PDP.
Senate president ló wọlé.
Ahmad Lawan.
Ahmad tó bá kàn ló wọlé àbí Yẹ̀yẹ́ Bello. Ṣé Afẹ́nifẹ́re máa sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wọn máa fẹ́ sọ ṣé Yàyà Bello ṣe àwọn ará state yẹ ṣé kò ṣe àwọn ará state yẹ kò sanwó pension kò sọ anything ó kàn kówó wọn ni ṣé bí ìyàwó ẹ̀ ló ń kọ́ $1 million lé àwọn ọlọ́pàá lọ́wọ́ lọ́jọ́ yẹn fowó kí ni owó ìdágbére àbí.
Yes, sir, just
no he send off money bye bye
to upgrade them, sir.
No bye bye we are
yes,
bye we are going to the
Aso Rock. Yes, sir. You are look at how.
Look at ego. Look at how somebody has ego. You who did not know anything and proving that you know anything. How old is Yahya Bello?
He's 47.
If the other guy did not fumble and the other person they voted for did not die, Why is he coming there? What is he coming there to do? He's still an errand boy till tomorrow, packing woman in the State House.
His orderly is a woman, very beautiful police woman.
Come on, why do we do this?
4 wives, sir.
These are the people who said they want to rule Nigeria. Is it possible? And this is the problem. Then kudos to Buhari for allowing everybody to fight equally on the table. I give him 99% thank you, because he's the best. Because when he came to Lagos the other day, even the money for the primary he didn't have. Tinubu paid. He did everything. He failed 3 times. If your son failed in primary 4 3 times, to go to primary 5, what will you do to that son? You will withdraw him. But when he's at the very of going back up to withdraw, Tinubu said, I will sponsor you. And we should give kudos to him, because this is the time for what? For payback. And the statement you said, that what you said in Abuja, if it is you and your son married in America, you send your son to America, he married, and he now become a governor in Massachusetts or New Carolina or in Texas. And then you are riding bicycle in Tango. Baba, we saw your son on the paper. He was the governor of Texas. Oh, yes, it's very far. Because they did not see the blessing in you. Then every day you will look for a place to sit down. Tó bá jẹ́ mi no bí ọmọ yẹn, mo ta lẹ́mìí kó tó lọ sí lóyìnbó, ẹ̀ mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ náà. Ọlọ́run nìkan ni ò lè ṣèrègùn, Ọlọ́run ṣèrègùn. Then when you look at the book of Joel, when you look at the book of Isaiah 1, ó ní kẹ̀tẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ mọ Olúwa ẹ̀. Mọ́tò tó mú dání tó mú remote dání tó bá tẹ̀, ó mọ̀ bí tó gbé sí. Ó ní up to this now, Israeli ò mọ̀ mí. Ṣé kìí ṣèrègùn? Mo ṣe nǹkan fún ẹ, ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ fi mọ̀ mí, ó tún fẹ́ dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀tá. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ó yẹ kán fi fèsì wọn, but kò dẹ̀ fi pé fèsì wọn. Ó sọ kí ẹ má gbàgbé o. Ó rán wọn létí ni pé kán má gbàgbé. Àwọn tó ṣì ń jẹ́ lọ́wọ́, àwọn tó ti jẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Tó bá wo Fáṣọlá òun win ní case kan ní kóòtù rí náà. Because it's sincere. Sincerity Fáṣọlá ló fi gbé kíní ẹ̀ fún. Sáànì tó gbà Tinubu ló sanwó ẹ̀ náà. Then ṣe bó rántí pé Ambode tí gbogbo wọn tẹ̀ka wọn mórí tẹ̀ ń ṣe gbogbo rubbish fún. Ambode wọn ti lè pọ́lẹ̀ as an accountant. Wọ́n ti sáàkì ẹ̀. Fáṣọlá ti sáàkì ẹ̀. Ṣé bí Tinubu náà ló lọ fà padà? Pé mo láìkì rú àwọn olè bí eléyìí láti bá rìn. Ó dẹ̀ gbé padà. Later ń tẹ̀ ṣe wá ń pariwo. Ẹ wá ń parọ́. Ọmọ ìjẹ́ kó ṣe second time. Ó ti parí ẹ̀, ó ti tó ẹ jẹ́ kó lọ. Kí ló fẹ́ ṣe ní 4 years? 33 yẹn ti tó. The other 8 years kan fi ń jalè. Tó bá jẹ́ 1 year, 4 years, no ṣe everybody ń lọ. Easy. So gbogbo eléyìí tó ń sọ ẹ jẹ́ ẹ̀fà yẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká yé sinmi. Ṣé o gbọ́ pé ó sọ fún wọn náà lábẹ́òkúta? Yorùbá di bọ́ọ̀lù táyé ń gbá kiri Yorùbá olóhùn wá ní wá olóhùn fi Ògúndé lẹ̀ Ògúndé kóyàwó tiẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ rí wàhálà tiẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ sọ pé olóhùn wá bí wá kọrin Ògúndé o torí àwọn yẹn kọrin yẹn ní crowd ń bẹ̀ olóhùn wá kọrin ọ̀tẹ̀.
olóhùn fẹ́ kọ́ pa àwọn mọ́tò ní sà yẹn Bọ́lá Tinubu ló sọ
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n kò tí padà nípa ní mọ́tò ó succeed in life kò lè sùn yàrá méjì. Kò lè wọ́n mọ́tò méjì lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Then kò lè sí nílùú méjì the same time. Àwọn tó rán lọ ṣe ambassador ṣé ìyàwó ẹ ló máa ṣe ambassador káàkiri sí. Gbogbo òlu tó ń send ambassador lọ́wọ́ yẹn. Ó máa send yẹn. Ṣé wọ́n lè kàn ẹ́? Àbò mọ̀. Ó lè kàn anybody. Òun nìkan kọ́ ló máa ṣe minister for finance. Òun nìkan kọ́ ló máa ṣe minister of interior and external. Àwọn èèyàn mi ló máa fi síbẹ̀. Then kí ló wá fẹ́ ká ṣe ní ti Buhari? Ó lóun ò trust àwọn tó dìbò fóun. Minister for Justice Fulani. Minister for External Affairs, Fulani. Chief of Army Staff, Fulani. Then Minister for Finance, Fulani. Then, kí ló fẹ́ tún ṣe? So kí ló fẹ́ ká pè yẹn? Ṣé búrẹ́dì gidi tó yẹ ká jẹ ni? Then kí làwọn tó wà mọ̀wé yẹn ṣe nílùú? Kó rí bí àwọn Yorùbá ṣe rìnrìn tẹ̀lé wọn. Ó ti yájú fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́rẹ́ àti sọ̀rọ̀. Bàbá wa náà jẹ́ èèyàn gidi náà jẹ́ àwọn èèyàn ńlá ni wọ́n máa fayé lẹ̀ fún wa lọ ni. Nǹkan tó sọ wọn yóò correct. Kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ti yájú ṣebí ìjẹta ni ó ní àjẹké lánàá ọmọkúlé ni táni onímọ̀ pé àjẹ ló pọ̀ ọmọ jẹ òun Tinubu nìkan lọmọ ohun tó ti disappoint wọn ni Benjamin Adekunle ńkọ́ ṣé kò disappoint ṣé Benjamin Adekunle disappoint ṣé Abiola disappoint tó ń dó ìyàwó àbúrò ẹ̀ tí ìyàwó àbúrò ẹ̀ ń bímọ fún ṣé Tinubu ti ṣe irú ẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́yìn náà lẹ́ ń pariwo ní other time pé MKO is your man then ṣe Abiola kò yí check ITT ṣe bí Yorùbá náà ni nígbà tó náà need the help ṣe bí gbogbo Yorùbá jáde sí ṣé wọ́n fi ilẹ̀ ni ṣé ọmọ ẹ lè ṣe ní bẹ̀bẹ̀ rẹ̀ kọ́mọ ọlọ́mọ ṣe ní bẹ̀bẹ̀ rẹ̀ ẹ bá ṣe kíní ta ló fẹ́ ti bíìdì sí díẹ̀ ìtọ́ ọmọ ẹ náà ni nà áhùn ṣé ó fẹ́ kí Emir of Kano congratulate ẹ first ṣe bá àwọn ọba tẹ̀lé wọn bí ló máa congratulate ẹ ṣe bójú ẹ̀ náà ti yọ Emir of Kano wọ́n yọ kíní wọ́n fi kejì sí ṣé wọ́n kú ṣé wọ́n jà. So my brother Afẹ́nifẹ́re ó ti yá jù kí wọ́n ṣe ní sùúrù kàn wọlé wọ́n ti ṣe meeting náà lọ́wọ́ wọ́n pọ̀ ọmọ wọn kàn bá ṣe meeting nǹkan tó fẹ́ Yorùbá ò ṣe president ṣọmọ Yorùbá ru Nàìjíríà rí.
Ọbásanjọ́ rule for
Ọbásanjọ́ is an Igbo man
11 years.
Ọbásanjọ́ is from Anambra ìyá ẹ̀ lọ́mọ Òwu forget this.
From orílẹ̀ Òwú.
bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ abúlé Òkò my brother ìyá ẹ̀ lọ́mọ Abẹ́òkúta wọn ò dẹ̀ san dáórì wọ́n kàn kí mọ́lẹ̀ tó ń bá sùn tó ń yọmọ lára ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ọ̀nà lú ẹ̀ náà ṣé wọ́n ní ká máa ní nǹkan rere ni orí gbogbo eré àjà everything lọ ṣebí Tinubu ló jẹ́ kó popular ṣé bó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kò lè kó wà yìí ṣé ó ní ká má ṣe yọ ní ká má da company lẹ̀ ẹ register company.
The money is too expensive. We want to do assessment of land. The people are saying everything.
ẹ lọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀ ṣe ní Kogi ló ti wá lọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀ náà go to your own state lọ sí ìlú ẹ̀.
It's quite unfortunate, sir.
Inú bí o ti ń bínú lẹ̀ ká tó dìbò.
No sir.
tó béèrè mí tó bá fẹ́ béèrè mí o bá sí bí wá ṣe jìbìtì.
Yes, I know, sir. People are
lọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀ lọ sí state yẹn.
People are saying that.
What is people saying? What are people saying?
No.
Government tó ń yáwó tó ń sọ salary nǹkan nígbà tó fẹ́ tún National Assembly ṣe tán lójú within 3 years ọmọ yẹn billions tó ń fi tún ṣe ṣé wọ́n rotimatis Tinubu ló fẹ́ rotimatis Lagos state ló ń rúlu Kano state òun ló rúlu Jigawa state òun ló rúlu Ondo state ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run o nta ló ti amalgamate kan party rí ẹ fún ní credit ẹ̀ náà wọ́n ṣe ní time Awólọ́wọ̀ kò work.
But the Yorùbá ṣe Afọbajẹ kí n jọba náà ni sá.
kò sọ kò
wọ́n ní Afọbajẹ ìjọba rí pé.
mo tún like òhu ẹ jíṣẹ́ o tún wo dimension mi tó tún gbà jáde inú bí ẹ o ní problem ṣé o ní kò tẹ́ mi sọ ọba wo ló fi jẹ jàre.
wọ́n ti fọbajẹ síwájú fún.
ọba wo ló fi jẹ gọ́fúnà fún Ondo state wọ́n ní kó ṣe gọ́fúnà fún 8 years ó ti ṣe tán ẹlòmíì láti wá síbẹ̀ ènìyàn yẹ wá síbẹ̀ ó kẹ́ ọfọbajẹ nìyẹn.
wọ́n fi Buhari síbẹ̀ àwọn náà sọ báwọn náà fi Buhari síbẹ̀.
ó kẹ́ lẹ́yìn tó fi síbẹ̀ tán so kó wá lọ fi pẹ́pẹ́yẹ síbẹ̀ lẹ́yìn yẹn wọ́n ò jọ sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé wọ́n ò jọ sọ̀rọ̀ ni ókè kò wú àfọ̀bàjẹ́ ókè fi àwọn bàbá Pascaline síbẹ̀ fi bọ́sídìí àkáǹtì ẹ̀ kó kúrò ń bẹ̀ fi bàbá Pascaline tó ń bá ẹ kiri kò fi sídìí àkáǹtì ẹ̀ méjèèjì.
ẹsẹ̀ èmi ló kàn sá.
yes ó ti kàn yes àpèmọ́ra là ń pè tèmi dire ẹ̀sà àpèmọ́ra là ń pè tèmi dire.
Serious.
mi ò gba kọ́bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ rí o ó jọ ọ̀rẹ́ mi nígbà tí Àgbàlá Jọbí ṣì wà láyé tí ó bá fẹ́ pẹ́ jù lọ́dọ̀ wọn máa jáde máa ní kí Àgbàlá Jọbí dá wọn lóhùn àti kí lorúkọ mínísítà yẹn Rauf Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá mi ò yọjú sí wọn títí wọn fi ṣe tán iná o mi ò ń tọrọ mi ò kò sínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ mi ó yẹ kí n máa gbé mọ́tò kí n máa wá wọn lọ èmi ní o ẹ̀mọ́ nẹ́nìkan tí mo fẹ́ candidate so á pè mí láfọ̀bàjẹ́ afẹ̀fọ́njẹ́ ńkọ́ kí ló máa gbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ẹni tó bá fẹ̀fọ́n jẹ kí lẹ̀fọ́n máa ṣe sí gbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀fọ́n àbújẹ́ ó lóun ní idea jẹ́ kó lọ lo idea ẹ̀.
People are also saying that his health is not too strong for it.
ẹ sà ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò ṣe gan ẹ̀yin náà lélẹ̀ ṣé ó ní kan tẹ́ mi sọ.
Yes sir.
kí ló kan àwọn èèyàn pẹ̀lú health yẹ look at the formation of America.
Okay sir.
When they got to the soil of America, then the general said, we must win this battle. It's compulsory, we must win this battle.
That's during the Red Indian days.
Yes, and then he brought the bazooka and blew the ship off. He said that we stay here as a prisoner of war, or we win this war. And they won. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And till today, we have what they call America. I think yes, sir. So kilo ní Tinubu ṣe tó.
That's Christopher Columbus.
Kilo tó ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí àti ìrírú ẹ̀rí. Ó láwọn èèyàn sọ kí ló láwọn èèyàn sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan.
Wọ́n ní ọgbẹ́ wọn bàbá he's too old for the job and he's not held this.
Then kí ni èjì Joe Biden?
He's in his 70s.
Àṣìbàdì wọn.
Yes, sir.
Then ti Abraham Lincoln kọ́.
It was elderly, it was an elder statesman.
Okay.
But it was fit.
Don't worry. Ní sùúrù. Ṣebí general tó ń win ogun America yẹn. Mo ti kà nínú ìwé kan rí náà. In the Mali Empire, a war general they were going. Ó kù ọ̀la tó fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ war. The general has a heart attack. His second in command took over. And they won. Ṣebí Ọbásanjọ́ ló ń campaign fún Yar'Adua. Nígbà tó sick tó wà lórí oxygen. Tó ń campaign títí tó fi wọlé. Ṣebí ó mọ̀ pé Yar'Adua sick. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ lóhùn ní good head. Ó ti eléyìí tó lọ́ọ́ fẹ́ compensate wọn. Kí lè ro ẹ̀ torí ó ti ní ẹni tó fẹ́ gbọ́ láti Bayelsa. Ó dẹ̀ gbé sẹ́yìn yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀. Nígbà tí yẹn ṣe pẹ́, wọ́n jó Ministry of Finance tó wà ní Aso Rock. Wọ́n kó gbogbo owó. Wọ́n ti sin Yar'Adua sí Saudi Arabia. Wọ́n ṣègbè tẹ́dí bíi àwa lóru wọn paná. Ẹ jọ sà. O fẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ tó pọ̀ ní Gbénga o. Torí ìṣòwò tọmọdé dé ò bá mọ̀ ọ̀tàn. O fẹ́ gbọ́ àrọ́bá. I will go in spirit and bring you all the dirty linen of Nigeria on this video.
Sorry, sir.
Even my fẹ́ sọ ti bàbá ẹ̀ máa sọ débẹ̀.
Sorry, sir.
Bọ́n àti ìyá ẹ̀ ṣe pàdé máa gbélé ẹ lọ́wọ́. Then when you look at what happened lẹ́yìn yẹn, ṣé o dẹ̀ rántí pé nígbà tó débẹ̀ ń sìn tí rẹ̀ ń dọ́rùn ìrìn lórí títì rí tó ní heart attack tó mú di lọ́lẹ̀ tó kú ni. Ṣé mo ti rẹ́ni tó lọ sí Iléyá láti Èkó sí Iléyá ó dé tó gate Ìbàdàn wọ́n ra búrẹ́dì after they bought about 5 or 7 breads he put it at the back he want to give people at home. Then the wife said you cannot leave the whole change for this boy. Oh yeah, can you pack so that I can go and collect the change? Before the woman came back the man has already put his head on the steering.
The woman should have left the money for them.
Gbẹ̀ngà ò sí ń bẹ̀ mi ò tún ní kò kọ́lé yìí lẹ̀.
Sorry, sir.
Ọ̀rọ̀ tí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún ẹ. Are you a historian?
Yes, study history, sir.
Sọ́rí kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn. When he now came back, he saw the husband putting the head on the steering. Bàbá Fatai ó yá ká máa lọ. Bàbá Fatai ti tutù. Ṣé Tinubu ni? Okay, ṣe mọ̀ pé lára àwọn tó ṣe lọ ṣe delegate wọ́n ní kan kú ń bẹ̀. Ṣé Tinubu nìyẹn? Ọlọ́run lè wá láàrin òru. Ṣé bá gbàdúrà fún Goodluck Jonathan fún Buhari ni? You know the Lord revealed to me the time, the month, the hour that Buhari will first sick. And it came to pass.
Yes, that was December 20.
And later they said we should pray again so that he can have a sound what hurt. Either counterfeit or genuine. Till tomorrow, he's there. They said that Buhari has a brain trouble. He has the dementia. He has this. He has that. Well, he will finish his 80 years. If Tinubu become president tomorrow and he served the 4 years, what will you do? What will you do? And the Lord revealed to me the other time that PDP, APC, is going to rule for 40 years. That if the country did not break into pieces. But if it is not going that 40 years, the country will break. But you have seen the handwriting on the wall. Go through the history. Go through the prophecy. Those things are there.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not lying. I'm not a new person in Nigeria. And they didn't bring my mother. My mother didn't conceive in Ghana and bring my pregnancy to my father in Nigeria. I am born and bred here. So automatically, anybody talking about his head should forget. God is the control. You know, he said in the book of Proverbs 3, from verse 15, 16, 17, he said, length of days is in our right hand. Then prosperity and what we are going to become is in the left. So they should leave that alone, because he said in 2 Samuel 14:14. Then in the book of Psalm 49. Then he said in the book again, in the book of Daniel, Deuteronomy 29 verse 11. He said everything there. And now all the noise you are hearing everywhere was in the book of Jeremiah 8:18. He said, if you know that the Tinubu's own is going to be too fast, why don't you take your hunger to the doctor? Maybe they can give injection to it, then your hunger will go. We should allow God to finish everything. He has started his good job. Revelation 4, Revelation 5, and Revelation 14:14. Then when you look at the book of John, then John 14, John 12, then Luke 12, and then Luke 14 from verse 20, and then Matthew 20. He said nobody to hire them. Who is hiring Nigeria? Now, when last have they commissioning a factory in Nigeria? Even the rail, the Ibadan way, which Obasanjo signed, which Goodluck signed, is still under construction till tomorrow. You see the whole thing? Maybe he can come again and say, okay, let us go there and finish Ibadan Express. Let us go there and do the Lagos, the third mainland bridge. The fourth mainland bridge.
Yes, the fourth mainland bridge.
Yes, because the former governor of Lagos State,
His Excellency Akim Biambodi.
No. The other one, Alhaji Jakande.
Okay.
He stole the whole money. Nothing happened. And he gave us estates. He was to start at the fourth mainland bridge. They asked him, where's the money?
The military upstaged him. He was trying to do it when they...
But all are still in their regime. Leave everything.
Yes, sir.
Did the military attend any school to govern us? No. For how many years? If Babangida can think of even going and set up an armory, what is the plan? What does it mean for human being? And look at how he was arrested. You know, I told you some times ago,
yes, sir,
that death is very, very, very neat. Death normally do neat job. It's only sickness that has no shame. Go and look at Dia now. Dia look like a cockroach. Do you remember before the other man died who was selling the gunpowder, Ato Ezerebe? You saw him. Yeah. He was on this chair. Yes. Then look at Babangida there now, who did not meet well for us. How many of his children do you think can be governor after his death? We cannot remember them. You remember when he went to Ibadan and said he wanted to campaign, and because he has an armory where he can spread gun, he said he step aside. But I told him in one of my books that the Lord said that word you use, step aside, is too what? It's too ambiguous. You remember that? That is too big for us. Then compare with what you are saying, Tinubu said in Abuja. I step aside, I'm coming back again. And I made you. Which one is more higher? Which one is not too barbaric? And put God to shame in it. Meaning I'm coming back again. That's what he said. And with all what he did, was he not the one who carried all the young army officers and killed all of them at Ejibu? Do you know when Boko Haram started working with all these people? Is it not Babangida who now said anybody who is not ready to join Muslim, who is not going to be Muslim, will not be promoted in the forces? That made virtually half of the Igbo to go and be a Muslim. Please, my brother, and we don't allow us to open the keg of canker worm. Leave, let us jubilate and be happy. Then I beg Babangida, I beg all the army officers, including a man they said is apostle of peace, Abu Salam, and all of them, they should fold their hand, because all Nigerians now, every morning and night, we should be using Psalm 109. Whoever wanted to spoil this our joy, whoever wanted to say that we are not getting to the end of the trouble, that the Lord should use their son, their first son, the Lord should kill their first son in the dream. Then again, whoever said we will not know peace in this country, then he should use the son of his last born to mark his birthday, as stated in the book of Joshua 5, from verse 20 to 26. That was during the war of Jericho. The suffering is too much. Do you know how much they are buying diesel? And during the end of Jonathan, they are about 3 years. They didn't meet the NNPC money to the CBN.
Not like $20 million.
Yeah. Then what are you talking again? What is the good bread in that? Let us say a new thing. Let us open a new page.
The bag of rice was not expensive.
My brother, let us open a new page. The book is still in our hand. Let us open a new page. And because the Lord said he's going to do a new thing, let him do a new thing.
And you think that the Lord is going to do that new thing through Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Yes, sir. He said if the government of the land is too good, people will praise God. But if you are too what? You are too cunning and you are not doing the right thing. The Lord said, I'll bring a ruler who will rule with what? With fist. That's what he said. That's what he said. Then Hosea 2, Hosea 3, and Hosea 4 verse 6. He said a lot of things. He said, my people are perished because of what? Lack of knowledge. Nigeria has been, we have the problem of leadership right from independence. It's only God who can turn good to bad. So Isaiah 3, 10, 11 says, it says, say to the righteous, that it shall be what? It shall be well with them. He said, go to the house of the kings, or the wayward, or the whole bad thing that's supposed to be in the, look at all the ministers we have. Go to the hospitals in the night. Go to everywhere. When they were campaigning the other time, they said nobody will go to abroad for treatments. Does that, is it genuine? Binga. You will live to reap the fruit of your labor and enjoy your family. Amen. Please, just leave God to take proper control. God can use a madman to what? To avert accidents in the street. He said we saw 2 armed robbers there and we cannot enter the street, not knowing that armed robber is raiding there. Who use what? Who used madman is God. It happened in Shagamu 30 years ago. A man came from America. He wanted to work with what? The cement company. He was there doing Lafarge. He was doing well in Shagamu. They said he should come and audit everybody. They used voodoo on him because they cannot kill him. They did everything. That day the man was just leaving his house. His Peugeot 505. He parked outside, put all his portfolio and everything. They don't get him to the place. And the same man sitting on the bonnet of the car. Then the man was even making an attempt to jump on them, and then the woman said, why don't you come in, my lord? Call it my wisdom, according to Julius Caesar. Come and stay inside. So later the man will go. After 1 hour, the man descended from the top bonnet and went away. When they get to Isales, Shagamu, Ayakila, the same 505, they call all the everything. They were thinking it was the accountant because they have calculated his movement that by 8:30 he has to pass through that place. That very car that passed, that looked like his own, they killed the man. They were jubilating in the office that, oh, the higher assassin has killed the accountant. Who is in charge? God.
That's Isaiah 43 verse 4, sir.
Yes, sir. That's it. Leave God to do a new thing. But he said, my glory cannot be shared with anybody. Do you know we are just passing through this place? Everything in Nigeria today till tomorrow, everything is temporary. We are living in a temporary world. If you are too wicked, it's temporary. If you are too good, it's temporary. If you are too cocky, it's temporary. All that even put a lot of pressures on Jesus Christ. When you look at the book of Luke 22, verse 45 to the end. Then when you look at the book of Isaiah, again, Isaiah 43. And when you look at Isaiah 41, Isaiah 54, then Isaiah 39. He said, now you cannot have peace. You have made the enemy to see all what is in your house. He says, let there be peace in my time. And he gave it to Hezekiah. We want peace in Nigeria. We want peace in this country. Because they have mortgaged our life. We are under siege. I told you this before. As I'm talking to you now, some people are campaigning in the US right now, the Yoruba nation. They are protesting now. And there are analysts that believe that Yoruba nation is better than Bola Tinubu becoming president of Nigeria. That it is better we go and have our land. That's the analysis. Even Baba Akintoye spoke this afternoon. We were waiting for you in the last 6 hours. Baba Akintoye was urging people go to the US, the Department of State's house and go and campaign, go and protest and push forward for the referendum and for the sovereignty of Yoruba. They've approved the referendum. They have not just pushed the referendum. Yes. They've approved that. Do we need to break this government down? So we want them to come and start picking all the great Yoruba one by one, that they are obstructing the progress of Nigeria? No, sir. And then how many Baba Akintoye's son is in that place protesting? We don't even know if they are there, so they might be there. My brother, is a historian. Time is the healer of everything. It's an elder statement. Let us walk into it. Let us what? Let us walk into it. When you look at the book of Second King 3, yes, sir, from verse 16, he said, and is there any singer amongst you here? If there is a singer, let him sing. Then they said they are suffering a lot. He said, go and be digging holes. Go and be what? Be digging holes. And they were digging the holes. And when they were digging the hole, they asked the prophet, Prophet, how are we going to get water in this pit? He said, wait and see what God will do. If Yoruba nation will come, let him come. If Nigeria will stay, let them stay. But we will not run to Ghana because we want to have Yoruba nation. And we will not run, let them continue what they are doing. We have to, during the Obasanjo regime, there was a referendum that we did. They never allowed that one to stay. Then during the Goodluck Jonathan, we wasted billions to gather everybody.
The national conference?
National conference.
It was under Obasanjo.
Under Obasanjo and Goodluck, but we didn't get a result.
But the things are still in the...
But it's in the archive.
Yes,
we can bring it out at any time.
And look at it.
Even the Yoruba that is fighting, the Igbo that is fighting, if they are to listen to the two referendum, the national conference, they can still come back to Nigeria. We can still have peace. Look at this government we are in. It's so bad. It's too draconious. And they never want to look at the face of anybody. For a minister to steal 80 billion. Have you heard that before? And this man has said he has come to fight corruption.
General, sir.
So
he mistakenly stole 80 billion.
He didn't mistakenly. It was deliberate. But how can somebody... How can somebody mistakenly steal 80 billion? Ha! Bega!
Akatan General, sir. It's in charge of the money.
Ṣé money go jini? O ṣe àtẹnu Akatan General, kí ló General náà lè? Ta ló yà fún? Emefiele wà bẹ̀ gbogbo ayé ẹ̀ ló lò ní CBN. Ìbànújẹ́ àti gbogbo ẹ̀ bá wa. And look at the time of Baba Kyari, and then the other man who died, the other one who they gave.
Is it the Malam Funtua?
Funtua. Look at what look at how they were toiling with the heart of Nigeria. Look at how they toiling with the money. Emefiele, and he wanted to from there go and contest as president. Look at the whole thing. Seriously trouble in the city.
So I'm so afraid of this letter that His Excellency, the former governor of Ekiti, Dr. Ayodele Fayose, wrote to Bola Tinubu. You know, yeah, he said Fayose collectors is Tinubu ni ewu mbelo kolonge. You know, in Yoruba they say ewu mbelo kolonge, longe fura re ewu ni. You know, he said he's writing this letter as a Yoruba son, not as a politician. That it is true that he's not in APC, he's in PDP. That, but Bola Tinubu should watch out that he noticed that what happened. He said, jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́tà yìí sí ìwọ gangan alára tí mo rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣáájú àti ọ̀kan nínú àwọn ògún lọ́gbòǹgbò ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Lẹ́tà mi is warning because of what happened to Abiola and to Awolowo.
Gbẹ̀ngà o kàn wá kọ́ọ̀sì wàhálà fún mi lẹ́nu.
I'm very sorry, sir.
O kọ́ọ̀sì dáadáa. Ṣé Fayose member of APC ni?
Sir, he said that he's a PDP, sir.
Ẹ̀dẹ́ kí ló jẹ́ kó kọ lẹ́tà yẹn sí Yosha Ayu? Kókó sí Àtíkù. Ẹ̀sà Lamentation 5 olódo ni Fayose. Lamentation 5 from 6 to 9 ó ní ẹnu kìnìún lówó wà. Kí ni Fayose ṣe ń sọ? Ẹni tó rìn láti bí tó gbé mọ́tò tó ń lọ sókìtì pupa títáyà wájú yọ ṣé kìnìún kò sí ewu lókolóńgẹ́. Dẹ̀kun tó wà nínú létí fáànì bá jápàtì bó sunú AC. Kí ló tún léwu ju kéèyàn ní AC sílé kó dẹ̀ tó tán fan kó tún gbé fan sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ díẹ̀ tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá lànà tó jí láàrin ẹ̀ tó rí gbogbo èéfín inú yàrá ó rántí kan tó ń Psalm 23 ni from verse 4 only even though you walk through the valley of shadow of the dead we shall fear no evil up and down àárín ewu láwa àbí kò yẹ ń sìn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Fayose ó yẹ kó lọ tọrọ fún wisdom when you look at Proverbs 4 verse 7 Fayose need to what? You should learn how to talk to the elders. Kí ni Fayose lójú owó ló tún kó lọ sí island tó kó lọ káàkiri. Then Fayose náà tó lọ gbé gọ́fúnà dìde lẹ́kìtì.
The man said he disappointed him. Professor Eleka.
Okay, kí làwọn afẹ́ tún ṣe sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
The man is angry, sir.
Then the other day ó gbé bọ́ọ̀sì sórí lórí ọ̀kadà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ó ní mental problem. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ó lo ephedrine wọ́n fi ń sùn.
He's from Agolo to the airport. There was traffic.
Wọ́n ṣe bàlújẹ́ nìyẹn.
There was traffic.
Wọ́n ṣe bàlújẹ́ nìyẹn Gbénga. Òun ló kà á sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé nǹkan gidi ló fẹ́ sọ.
He's a very humble man, sir.
Kí ló humble ní Fayose?
He sit.
Peter the Rock.
He sit at the joint amala and eat with people. When he took his PDP.
Orí gẹ́gẹ́ bí 419 wọ́n ṣe ń bàdàn tẹ́lẹ̀. Irú kí ló wà ní Fáyọ̀ṣe? Èmi àti Fáyọ̀ṣe òkú jẹ gbẹ́. Igi ni wọ́n gbé ṣe lórí lẹ́kìtì. Fáyọ̀ṣe tó ń sunkún tó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ láyé ọjọ́ yẹn tí ò fẹ́ kúrò níjọba. Ló wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ìgbà tí ò ti sínú ẹ̀ mọ́. Ó sì máa padà wá sí APC o. Ṣé o máa kọ́lẹ̀? He's still coming back there. Ṣé bí prostitute?
He said he cannot be there. Wọ́n sọ sí ibà pé òun lè wá sílẹ̀ láíláí.
Ṣé báwọn Gbénga Daniel lérí? Wọ́n lérí náà. Ṣé bá Àtìkù ti wá sí APC rí? Ṣé Gbénga ṣe Fáyọ̀ṣe ní lárí tó Àtìkù? Àwọn méjèèjì ọmọdéjọ ọ̀rọ̀ yóò dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ pé Dẹ̀jọ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ síyàn.
You mean Dẹ̀jọ́ tún fúlù sá?
Dẹ̀jọ́ tún fúlù.
Kí ló kàn án? Ìgbà wo ló ń dìbò? Ìgbà wo ló ń ṣe primary? Ṣé bọ́ọ̀ náà ló ń fẹ́ ṣe president? Kí ló ní? Where is the pedigree? Kí ló wà lọ́pọlọ ẹ̀? Níbo ló ti kọ́ṣẹ́ yẹn? Ṣé gbogbo àwọn tó ṣe 419 ní Ìbàdàn náà tó yẹ pé bàbá láìta ni gbogbo wọn? Gọ́vnà Ondo state gbogbo àwọn tó dìde ní Ìbàdàn tó ṣe 419 ṣèbí tipátipá pẹ̀lú cortism ni wọ́n fi ṣe gọ́vnà. Kí ni kọ́mẹ̀ntì Fáyọ̀ṣe àti kí ni bàbá ẹ̀ sọ fún gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ yìí?
But the man said they should not bury him in Ibadan or something like that. They should bury him in his town. The man is a pastor. But I think he...
Then already wàhálà tó wà láàrin àti bàbá ẹ̀.
No, the man was not happy.
Nígbà tó bàbá tó bí tó yẹ kó jà kú tí ló fi kúrò láyé ni kí ni advice tó fẹ́ sọ fún bàbá ní bàbá ṣé ọmọ Tinubu lọ́ọ̀yà yẹn ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
No, Sheyi, not Sheyi.
Ṣèyí ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ló advice bàbá.
Not Sheyi. Sheyi is.
Ẹ ti wàhálà bá.
Sheyi is going with the father everywhere to take care of his father at different campaigns.
Adúgbò pé lọ́mọ tiẹ̀ kí Fáyọ̀ṣe lọ advice àbúrò bàbá ẹ̀ tó bá ṣe wà láyé ní ìdí ẹ̀. Ṣé orí lẹ́tà títẹ Táíṣọ́lá ní kọ́ Wọlé Ṣóyínká kọ́ o ti lẹ́tà ẹ̀? Oh, what an elderly man. I give kudo. Mo máa wáyé àti lọ kí Wọlé Ṣóyínká kí n tó kú àfi kó náà tó kú. He is a very good man. Orí ẹ̀ pé only I'm not saying Tinubu is a saint. But presently, if we are looking for a saint for this job, we will go to heaven. This man Tinubu, he fought PDP to a standstill and he dethroned them. Let's give credit to who credit is due. Tinubu is a legend. Èmi sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú prediction pé kó lọ sí mi. Nǹkan tó máa jẹ́ ó ti ṣe everything ni mo fi sọ fún kó lọ resign. Èmi náà mo sọ fún time yẹn náà. Èmi gbé jáde ní prediction. Tó bá ti ní wọn fẹ́ lọ resign. But ìgbà tó ní ambition ni. Ṣé èèyàn lè lùyàn torí ambition ẹ̀?
No, he said it's his personal ambition. That's what a lot of people feel that. Why we need
láti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ambition. You have the ambition that you want to go to university and you are a graduate today. It's an ambition. Because he said in the book of Julius Caesar, he said Julius Caesar is too ambitious. But it's what the Caesar said, if you say Caesar is ambition and too ambitious about this job, he gave your children a scholarship. He did this, he did it. That's the Caesar. Then when he revealed everything to them, they said plug down benches, plug down, bring out cordial and everything. Let us go and kill the conspirators. They should wait and see. But we only beg the generals. Babangida, Babangida said Osinbajo is the best president we can pick. Then you look on. When you brought out Abiola, look at what you did to Abiola. She won't know Abiola Pani. But I'm saying that there are a lot of many generals who will not witness the election next year. They will not. If there is going to be election, but if there will not. But I know many generals will not witness it. Obasanjo, all of you will see what will happen. God will surprise them. That's all, sir.
But what advice are you going to give to people who have...
I don't need to give anybody's advice.
Okay.
We are suffering together.
Okay,
do you know the price of diesel?